All right, welcome to our team call tonight. Our topic is the importance of going to events. I'm Emma Whaley, and I'm the creator of the Fierce Fit Phenomenon. And I just want to do a couple of quick shout outs. I'm going to go ahead and just read them because we don't have very many. It's the last week in March, and so make sure that you are taking advantage of the different challenge packs that we have. There's so many right now, but I think one of the best ones is the on-demand challenge pack. If you haven't logged in and used on-demand and got familiar with that, do it. I've been doing 21 Day Fix Extreme and then adding in a couple of the on-demand workouts just for fun since we're counting down to Cancun. But Success Club leaders. So Bria, congratulations for leading the way at 17. Lindsay Nunley at 14, and she's having a baby any day now. It's amazing. Amy Cruisinger, 14. I'm at 12. Chelsea's at 12. Janie, welcome. I don't know who you are, so welcome to the team. She's at 12. Angela is at 10, and then those that are already in Success Club, which means 5 points or higher, and they've helped at least 3 people, are Carrie Kinsey, Christine Jackman, Matt Ingram, Wendy Moore, Chanel Jumper, Jen Bottom, Robin Schuster, Jacqueline Literal, Tamara Velasquez, Whitney Berg, Sarah Merrick, Robin Schaffner, Veronica Benson, Gail Sorensen, Carrie Gocher, Leanne Lindsay, Tara Bultema, and Shaylin Barlow. So way to go. Our personal volume leaders this week are Deanna Pacina with over 1,000 personal volume. That's amazing. And Amy Cruisinger at 800. And then Rachel Wilbur's right behind with 645. And Wendy Moore is at 540. Those that are at least 300 this last week were Whitney Berg, Janie Enmill, Natalie Jones, Kent Morris, Bria Evanson, Rebecca Croft, Aaron Frank, Leanne Lindsay, Laura Morales, Terry Janice, Jennifer Herbert, Nicole Sherrick, Carrie Kinsey, Megan Potter, and Robin Schuster. So, all right, let's get out of that screen. But you guys, congratulations. This month we're having a contest. Remember the contest that if we as a team reach 750 Success Club points, so that means accumulative, then I'm going to give away 3 Lululemon gift cards. 3. So I don't know about you, but I would want a $100 Lululemon gift card. I know that we can hit it because we've done it before as a team. And so link arms with your success partner and with your downline and your sideline and go and change some lives, because it's not just about the points, but each of those points represents somebody's life that you made an impact on. And so without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you our speaker tonight is Rachel Becker. She's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She's a mom of twins. And Rachel and I met on my Healthy Emma page, and we just started messaging back and forth about the different programs. She had a nice little library of Beachbody programs and finally decided to join one of our challenges with T25. And very quickly moved up to become a diamond coach and did so well with this business. And one of Rachel's strengths, as I talk about it a lot, is you got to show up to go up, because you can't really put a finger on what happens when you go to events. I mean, whether it's a local Super Saturday event, which is coming up soon. I don't have the dates right in front of me. Does someone know? They type it below if you know. I'm sure Rachel's going to go over it. Whether it's going to a local quarterly Super Saturday event, which they have those throughout the year. April 25th. Thank you, Emily. And I knew it was the end of the month. Or if it's going to Summit, everyone should go to Summit that's on this call. If you're a new coach, ask your upline how to earn it for free. And that's in July. Or if you are a leader that's been in this business for a while and you're a diamond or a ruby, make it your goal to qualify this year to go to leadership. You can do it still. There's still time, and you want to go to Coronado and to leadership. And there's other things too, not just Beachbody events, but other events that I would strongly recommend going to, like John Maxwell training or a Tony Robbins conference. And it doesn't have to just be Beachbody stuff. So Rachel's going to talk about that, because this girl shows up. She makes major sacrifices to go. She has to find childcare. She flies across the nation. And every time she comes back and she's like, you guys, seriously, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and mute out and turn it over to Rachel. And If you have any questions, I'm sure at the end she would open it up for questions for a couple. It's kind of late over there, so you can ask her. So, all right.
All right. I don't know how to share my screen. Do I just share the screen?
At the bottom of your screen right there, you see the green share screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so you click on that, and then you can choose which screen to share. And it's weird because you won't be able to see yourself. I don't ever see myself, but I see my PowerPoint.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah. How cute are you?
That's my new Team Beachbody coach shirt. I love it. So
you look great.
Thanks.
Hey, Rachel, before you kick off, can you just share a little bit of your story, of your transformation story? Because you have a pretty impressive transformation story as well. Am I throwing you off?
Cool. Yeah, definitely. Okay, like Emma said, me and her, we met on her Healthy Emma page. I just started following her. This is back in June of 2012. I followed her on Facebook for a while, and I finally got the courage up, and I think I messaged her, and we started talking, and that's when the launch of T25 was coming out. It was announced at that year's summit, so I joined her challenge group with a T25 challenge pack, and I had no intentions of coaching like most people start. I just was a discount coach, wanted the awesome discount on my Shakeology. So I joined, and by September, I knew that this is where my heart was, where my passion was. I was sharing what I was doing, but I wasn't actively coaching, but people were starting to ask what I was doing, so I was getting results. So I decided to start actively coaching in September of that year. And since then, my life has not been the same. Coaching, like I said, it's where my heart is. It's my passion. I love it. Since I've joined, I've lost a little over 30 pounds and 20 inches. I'm still on my journey. I put a big date out there. I'm going to be 40 in June 19th. So I have it set that I'm going to reach my goal weight by that date. That's about 25 more pounds. So that's a big on my vision board. So yeah, that's how I got started with coaching. And, at first I really was like a discount hobby coach. I just really enjoyed my own journey, and I enjoyed doing challenge groups and helping others. But then it was until I went to Summit last year where that was the pivotal moment where my business changed, and I really saw the potential of the money that I can make and how I can really impact other people's lives. And that's where I decided to really go for it and really actively coach and become a career coach versus just a hobby coach. So that's a little bit about my background. And a big part of that is going to events. I'm very lucky. I am from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we have a very big Beachbody coach group here, I guess. Melanie Mitro, she is from Pittsburgh, she's from Cranberry, Mars, PA, which is up about 30 minutes north of Pittsburgh. So we get some pretty cool events coming around our area, so I'm pretty lucky that way. But first, as you see the picture here, going to events, I consider events, not just your big to-do, like, Summit and Success Club. I really consider events, to our team calls, you're posting on social media. I really consider events, it's bigger to me than just all the really cool, fun things. Like this call, I consider these calls events, to me. So in your little picture here, I just talk about some of the events that come up through the year. Our next slide. This was my very first Super Saturday. I knew nobody. I don't know why this little graph is there. I can't get it out of there. But anyway, I actually went a week early. I showed up a week early to this event like an idiot. I was so excited to go. I mixed the date up and I showed up a week early. So I had to go back the next weekend. And it was up in Mars where Melanie Mitro is from. And it was pretty small, considering what the Super Saturday events in Pittsburgh are here now. It was awesome. I didn't know anybody, but I sat right up front, learned about, a bunch. I got to know some people, some other coaches. I stayed for the workout after. It was an awesome time. Love Super Saturdays. So Let's see, upcoming events. I am so excited. I'm going actually to the Super Sunday in DC. I'm going to meet up with Carrie Kinsey and Amy Cruisinger, and we're going to go together. And I'm bringing Robin, one of my coaches. I'm so excited. So we are headed to DC on April 26th for that Super Sunday. And we have two awesome speakers, Brigitte Linford and Trina Gray. And I think there's a rumor that Carl Deichler they're trying to get him to come. So it's going to be an awesome event. And then I'm not going to the Success Club trip. I earned half of the trip for free, but I didn't make it off the wait list. But so that's definitely for next year. I'm on the wait list. I think I'm like 107. So I'm definitely going to get off the wait list for that. And then we have Coach Summit coming up in July, which I'm going. I bought my ticket at last year's summit. I can't wait, in Nashville, Tennessee. My husband's coming with me, which is huge. So there's some upcoming events. And like I said before, I don't consider events just being the big, summit and Success Club trips. Like the little picture here, our team Zoom calls. I really consider that as an awesome event. It really is a time for us to connect as a team. You get to see everybody and learn. These calls are very important. I enjoy them. I feel like I'm hanging out with my friends and, getting to learn and grow your business. And also another thing I like to do is I like to participate in the little contests and stuff that Carl Deichler does, like with the one now, the Beachbody On Demand. I've been doing it, not every day. I'm trying to think of new different things to do to try to win that $100. But there's a picture of me there cleaning one of my customers' houses. I'm going to get caught one day. They're going to wonder what the heck I'm doing. So, me with my kids outside in the snow. But yeah, people seeing you do that on your social media page and your Facebook page, they show that you're really, you're an active coach. You're really trying. You're putting yourself out there. It's fun. I love doing those sorts of things. People on my street probably think I'm crazy because I'm outside on my porch jumping and taking pictures, but I don't care. It's fun. And other things I do, I started my own fit club. I have it every Thursday. It's at a local school. My friend is the principal, and she was gracious enough to get the cafeteria for free. So every Thursday, this is a picture of my first fit club that I ever did. I don't get this many people every time. Sometimes it's just me and another person, and that's cool with me. I don't care. It's awesome to get together, and we always end up talking about Beachbody and the things that are upcoming. I hand out Shakeology samples. I make Shakeology balls, the little protein balls, and it's a great time. They get to try out new workouts, and some of them actually, it led into purchasing. They wanted to actually buy the workouts. So that's cool. I love my fit club. And I also bring my kids too. Like if I don't have a sitter, I just bring my kids, and so do the other moms, because it's mostly moms that are in my fit club, which is cool. And then this other picture here, I actually help out at the Super Saturdays with the Pittsburgh Market Council. That's me working the desk there, the check-in, at the last couple Super Saturdays ago. I'm really trying to get into the Pittsburgh Market Council because I really want to be involved in all the events that happen around Pittsburgh. So I help out anything I can. I always, tell them that I'll do anything. I just want to be a part of it. I want to be, part of Beachbody here. Because, I have nobody from my team here in my area, but we're all Beachbody. We're all one big team, one big family. So, and then the picture down here was a training opportunity that came up with Denise Needham. It was about challenge groups. It was, how to effectively run a challenge group. It was an awesome training. It was I believe a 6-hour training. It was really good. So, like I said, I'm lucky these opportunities come up a lot around Pittsburgh, and I definitely make sure I go to every single one of them that come up. So if you guys, have something close to you, or a couple hours away, I would get to it. I've driven, I'm driving 4 hours to DC. Okay. And this is big too. An event, like I said, is more than just going to a fun party. If you can get certified, I got certified in both PIO and Turbo Kick. The Turbo Kick one, I drove 2 hours into Ohio to get certified. And that was awesome with Angie Green, who works really closely with Shalene Johnson and Janelle Summers. She was the instructor. And Ohio certification was actually here in Pittsburgh with Cam. She's an awesome instructor. And, that just really builds your credibility as a coach. I have no intentions of becoming an instructor. I just, I do teach at my fit clubs. I've taught PIO, but it just builds your credibility, as being an instructor. So I would definitely, if you have those opportunities, I would definitely get certified. It's fun. It's all Beachbody coaches, and it's just a really great time. And over here was Joel and Jericho. I know, combat and pump everything is not going to be really not a part of Beachbody anymore, but they came and did a live workout, which was awesome. It was so much fun. I went to that. And my little sign there I'm holding, you can't see, but it says a Fierce Fit Phenomenon. My son had them posing there with me. That was a great time to actually work out live, right here in Pittsburgh with them. That was almost like right after I started. And let's see, here's all the Super Saturdays that I've been to. This last one in Pittsburgh was amazing. Carl Deichler was here in Autumn Calabrese. We did a live extreme 21-day fixed extreme workout. And like I said, Carl Deichler was here. It was so much fun. It honestly felt like a mini summit. It was awesome. My husband, he finally came with me to an event and actually got to see and hear from other coaches instead of me just beating his ear about it all the time, and actually feel the energy in the room, and to especially hear Carl Deichler speak. It was awesome. It was a really amazing time. It was like it was a white party. Everybody wore white. It was a black tie affair. They had Shakeology and little champagne glasses. It was super fun. Especially.
So how would you describe what a Super Saturday is? Like, because people that are listening are going, you showed up there in white clothes and got Shakeology. Why is that so cool? What I mean? Like, what is Super Saturday? What do you do?
Super Saturdays, for the most part, it's like you get training. You get to hear, they usually have speakers. The ones that I've been to in Pittsburgh, it's always, Melanie Mitro speaking. You get training. You always do a workout. You hear success stories. You hear transformation stories. It's just like a big group meeting of all the local coaches, and coaches, that can travel, that come here too. And they're all over, they're everywhere. You can start a Super Saturday in your own town if you don't have one. It's in the back office how to start a Super Saturday. It doesn't have to be this big and this to this extent. It can just be, a group of coaches, and there's always a presentation that's played from corporate, with Carl and Jeff Hill and Michael Neiman. They share all this, up and coming products or what's new, what's going on with Beachbody, and it's every quarter. So it's 4 times a year, and I have not missed one. So since I started, like I said, I went to the first one, brand new coach by myself. I just went, and mostly everybody there knew each other. They were all on the dream team. So I was kind of like the odd man out, but it didn't bother me.
How did they make you feel? Were they welcoming?
Very welcoming. Very, I never felt, out of place or anything like that. Like, Melanie Mitro, I've talked to her numerous times. She actually had, I forgot to put that picture on here. She actually did a PIO, when PIO just came out, a little fit club up in where she lives. She has like a Planet Homes with a little house thing, and like a meeting center. She had a PIO workout, and I just went, it's all her coaches and all her friends, and she opened it up to any other local coaches, and I went, and it was awesome. She's, the top coach in the company, and she's just like any normal mom, normal coach. She's really cool. So very welcoming. I've never felt out of place at all.
When you leave a Super Saturday, how do you feel? Like, how does it help to affect your business? How does it affect your business? What do you leave with?
I always leave on such a high. Just hearing, the transformation stories, I'm always sitting in my chair bawling my eyes out, because the transformation stories that you hear, with the people's weight loss and, their coaching transformation story, how they're changing their lives, for them and their families. And it's just such an awesome atmosphere. It's such a positive vibe, and you definitely leave on a high, and you're ready to take your biz to the next level, whatever level that may be. It's definitely, if you can't get to anything, if you can't make it to Summit or stuff like that, you have to make it to your Super Saturdays. They're very inexpensive. They're like $20. And they're honestly like Summit just condensed into to like four. I mean, honestly, you get some awesome training. You hear, awesome speakers. Like the last one, Carl Deichler was there, and Autumn Calabrese. I kept saying, I feel like I'm at Summit. Summit's a whole nother level, but you get what I mean. You have to get to them. They're really awesome. And then you get to do a cool workout. So, and there are always different themes. Like, the pictures I have here, one was a neon theme at the bottom. The other one was a black and gold, Go Steelers. There was a Hawaiian theme. So they're always themed different, and they're fun. You can bring a guest. It doesn't have to be for coaches. You can bring your friend who you think might be interested in coaching. You don't have to go by yourself, but you can bring your spouse. I think it's very important. Bill would never go with me, and I finally got him to go to the last one, and it really opened his eyes, and he really saw it. He's seeing Beachbody through my eyes now, which is huge. So definitely get to your Super Saturday, or Friday. Sometimes they're Fridays or Sundays, depending where you are. So
awesome.
And the last one here, these are my most amazing moments ever in events that I've been to. The top one here, this is Summit. Summit was huge for me. It was a big financial, we had to really, save our money and, for airfare and childcare. My husband's a fireman, so he's not home a lot. So, it's not easy for me to just pick up and go and leave, for 4 or 5 days. But we made it happen. I knew that I had to be there. I just knew I did. I knew it was going to be the moment where my business was going to change. I wanted to meet everybody that I've been talking to, our team that I felt like I've known forever. And it was just that. It's so hard to put in words what Summit meant to me. Not only, for the cool things like working out with Shaun T, that was like a moment in time I will never forget. Like Bryn was saying on the comment when she saw him telling me to push harder, I so wanted to stop and like, please just take a selfie with me. I want a selfie so bad. But it was awesome, and hanging out with the team and the training you get is, it's so hard. I could probably talk for an hour how much fun I had there, and it was just amazing, amazing, amazing. I cannot wait till this year. And I never thought anything could top Summit, but the leadership that we just went to in Utah, that topped Summit for me. That by far was the best. It was so much fun. It was so, God, I don't even know. Like, it was just such a bonding experience. Just because Summit, it's hard because there's so much going on, and everybody's going on different trainings and workouts. It's really hard to actually sit down and, just talk with your team. And that's what we got to do in Utah, like just sit and talk and really, share our ideas and learn and grow. Like the activities we did that one day, the team building things, that was amazing. That marble, that was fun. And the wall, that rope net I climbed, I never thought I could do something like that. And I pushed myself, and it was just an amazing time. I was so honored that I earned the opportunity to go there. And that was another financial thing that we had to save for and cut corners, but I knew I had to be there. I hold this so important to me in my life that I knew I had to be there. And if I wasn't there, I would have to log off social media, because I would have been dying watching everybody there and me not there. And the picture up here is just me meeting a lot of the people that really, I feel they were awesome moments for me. Caleb, I don't know if you guys all know Caleb. He's an awesome coach. I got to meet him here in Pittsburgh. And of course, Carl Deichler, Michael Neiman, Jeff Hill. Hearing Jeff Hill talk was, Emma got a good picture of me crying because, seeing him get choked up, he was speaking on how, this has changed his life, Beachbody, and, seeing somebody that high up in the company really feel just like us coaches feel, that's huge. You can't really say that, I don't think, about a lot of, not that just people that high up in the company. It was awesome seeing him get choked up and actually cry, talking about Beachbody, because I always cry if I start talking about Beachbody and what it's done to my life. And then the picture down here is that's Shaun T. I was that close to him. It was awesome. And me signing the board in Summit, that was huge. I wrote, I'll never give up. There's like a big board and all the coaches sign it. That was pretty cool. And then down there, my one moment in fame when people recognized me at the Steeler game as I was drinking a rum and Coke. I'm like, it's Mom on a mission. I'm like, oh my God, I have a rum and Coke in my hand. I shouldn't be drinking. I already drank
a hot dog or something.
I know. I was like, oh my God. But, and it just, I put that picture in there because these are girls that never commented on anything on my page, have never reached out to me, but they follow me. And they see me working on, they see my post, and they said how much it helps them. And I put that picture there just because you never know who who's watching and whose lives you can be helping and changing. And they both now are challengers of mine, and they've never liked nothing on my page. So if you think people aren't watching, they are. When you hear crickets, I know it's hard, but don't give up. It doesn't mean people aren't watching. It takes time. I've been, my coaching career is not going as fast as I want, but I will never, ever give up. So, and these are all my amazing moments, and I can't wait to have many, many more. So
that's great. Hey, do you want to go ahead and stop the share, and so that way we can see everybody's faces?
Sure.
Okay. Just go ahead and put on your screen at the bottom, or actually the top, it should say stop share.
Oh, okay.
And then we can see everybody again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for that. I say it's kind of like with my kids, we call it eyeball time.
Yeah.
And it's the difference between, say you're on a business trip or you're on vacation or whatever, and you call and you talk to your kids on the phone, that's great, right? But when you are actually sitting down and playing a game with them or doing something with them, you get eyeball time, and you get to have that in the moment experience with them that you can't get in another way. And that's what events did for me. I honestly didn't think I needed them. I didn't go to a Super Saturday for the first year I was a coach. I didn't go to Summit the first year I was a coach because I had all these excuses. My husband was on deployment one time. We were in Hawaii. I had little kids that were under 2. We were broke. I had all of the reasons not to show up to events, right? We write them down as reasons. But really, I was just getting in my own way, because what happens when you go to events is that you hear something that God or, karma or whoever is giving you back in that moment for making the effort to go. And I don't know what that is that you need to hear. I don't know who you're going to look in their eyes, other coaches on the team or coaches in the other network, or even not at coach events, but at other events like this, a church singer, Tony Robbins, or whatever you go to, Dave Ramsey, and you have the opportunity to look at someone and go, I get you, you get me, you've been where I am now, and you've been able to get beyond that. That inspires me. And if you don't go to events, you are eliminating the opportunity for you to feel that and experience that. Does that make sense? There's certain moments in our life that are pivotal. And we look back and we go, that made a difference. That changed me. And I can tell you, every time I've gone to a Beachbody event, there's times still now that I'm like, I don't know, that's going to be really hard. We're moving and I don't know, is that good for me to go? But you know what? Every time I've gone to one, I've left a better person, a better mom, a better wife, a better leader, and whatever. And maybe you don't have the giant Pittsburgh Super Saturday. That wasn't something that just poof, popped up in the air. That was something that Melanie Mitro created, right? She's a regular mom like us, and she decided to create that event. She decided, meaning that Beachbody offers a Super Saturday opportunity. She decided to get as many people as she could to that spot. People create those things, okay? We all have the opportunity to create that event if there's not one near you. If there is one near you, or if you have a buddy on the team and you want to go spend a Saturday with them, fly in and go to one, but just make sure that you somehow get there. That you're at least getting to a place, like you're at least committing to listening to it live, because it'll be streamed online. But just put it on your calendar that you're going to go. Commit right now that you're going to go to Summit, and then you're going to earn enough with Beachbody to cover your costs of airfare, travel, childcare, whatever else you need to do. And bring extra money for the clothes they only sell at the store there, because you're going to want to bring home a tank top. But I promise you, it will pay you back in your business, and it will pay you back in your life and in your family. You're going to become better at everything that you're trying to do, because you're going to hear what it is that you need to hear because you're there. It's that whole you get what you put out of it. Now, with that being said, if you have a team of coaches anywhere near you, whether it's coaches on a different team, coaches that are up the line, coaches that are in your downline, even if it's one, I would make a commitment to try to meet up with them a minimum of once a month, because something happens when you can look in their eyes. And you can write down on sticky notes and paper and on a planner, and you can get out your laptops and go, now what are you doing? And you just share ideas and goals and what are we going to do, and we're in this together, and this is hard for me, and oh, it's easy for you. There's just something that happens when you solidify that bond. It doesn't have to be somebody on our team, but if you know of a coach in the area, commit to meet up with them. I'd love to brainstorm with you. Let's go to the coffee house, or let's meet at the park and let the kids play and hang out. And especially if it's your downline, grab them, link arms, and say, let's go to lunch. Come on, we'll do it. And that will really help your business to have more opportunities when you can get face-to-face. So events are provided by Beachbody throughout the year, but you have to show up to them. And events are also things that we create for our team. Do you guys agree? You'll read lots of books about how to be successful, a successful entrepreneur, yada, yada, yada. That's one of the big things. Those that show up go up. They just do. Those that create opportunities for other people to show up, like you inviting your coaches to come over for a brainstorm goal setting session or whatever, then you're going to go up too. So is your team. So I just think that's really important to make sure that we're showing up to lots of different things to learn and to get inspired. Rachel, you did a great job. Anybody have any questions or aha moments that they want to share? Oh, this just came into my mind. In Salt Lake, okay, when Chelsea and I had talked about planning the leader retreat for the leaders, and you guys know this year has been like nuts for me, right? And we planned it, and the timing was crazy. I had just moved to Idaho. I just moved back from Idaho to California. 3 weeks later is our Salt Lake retreat. I have pneumonia, and I still go, and it's the last day, the last night, and I'm standing there, and I have to go to bed because my fever spikes too high, and I was just bawling because it was so worth it. And there were so many reasons that I shouldn't have done it. Financially, not smart. Timing, not smart. The list was so long. But I'm so glad that we did it because of what it did for every person that was there. And I had the privilege of talking to everybody after, and they said the same thing, that it was one of those events that they were like, this was a good thing. This helped me. Thank you. And Chelsea and I took a risk by even putting it together. I was worried no one would want to go. And so I was like, it's just going to be me and Chelsea there. But it ended up being this better than what we had anticipated. At least from my perspective, I could have been doped up on NyQuil and not known any better. But that's okay. Lie to me. I'll take it. But that's the thing that you have to look at, is that not what is this going to do for me, but what am I going to contribute and then get out of this? I'm going to go to these events and I'm not going to sit back and go, make some magic happen for me. But I'm going to go to them and see, how can I learn? How can I improve? How can I lift up somebody next to me? So, all right. I would love to hear questions or comments or feedback. The chat is going nuts. What's over here? Thank you, Chelsea, for answering that question. Thanks, Blake. She said, it was an amazing weekend. Yes. Anyone have questions, or have any of you gone to an event? Maybe it was Beachbody or not, that you were like, wow, that was really great. I'm going to do a leader retreat every single year. And this year, you will have to be a diamond. And this time we're going to go to a tropical location. So make sure you lock that in. And I know that a lot of the diamonds on our team are actually planning them for their downline. So be excited about that. Myra, how can you get one started? You mean Super Saturday. Okay, Christina, how do you go to Summit for free? I will explain that. It's in our new coach training. Christina's brand new and she's asking questions. This girl's going to go all the way. So basically you earn a Success Club 5 in the month 1, month 2, month 3. In the first 3 months of being a coach, and you get a free ticket to Summit. Success Club is when you help 3 people a month get started on their journey with a challenge pack. And we can explain that a little bit more in detail in our training. Myra, on your question, how can you start an event? It depends on the type of event that you want to host. You can start with a fit club. That isn't a great one to start with, or a shake and share. If you have coaches in your area, you could actually just have them come over for like coffee and like, you know, do a goal setting session and just talk about like, where are we trying to go in the next month and how do we get there, and just do a little mini workout. If you want to actually host a Super Saturday, there's a whole tutorial in the online office under news and training events of how to do that. Do you have to be certified to teach? No, you do have to be certified to teach if you're not going to be hosting a fit club. The difference between the two is a fit club, you would play a DVD from Beachbody. Everyone would sign a waiver, and you play a Beachbody workout DVD on the TV, and y'all follow it. To teach a class live where you're not having a DVD to follow, then yes, you do need to be a certified instructor. You can find, yes. Good tip. Thank you, Dana. Yes, Kent, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Kent's our master trainer.
Thank you. Well, actually, officially, I'm an ambassador. It's like a big, long program for me to become a master trainer. But, you know, I'm really glad, Rachel, when you were sorry, I hate when you get a phone call right in the middle of when you're talking. Okay. The reason why I think it's really important, and this is not, because a lot of certifications get promoted towards instructors that work at gyms and other things. And occasionally, you know, you'll see some people, Beachbody coaches will get certified. But a lot of times the certification program is marketed just towards the trainers that work in the gyms. And I think it's a missed opportunity if you think that, oh, I have to be a trainer at a gym in order to get certified, for a couple of reasons. One, I think that it does something for you when you have an opportunity to learn a format, learn an exercise, and then get in front of people and tell them how to do it. Because I can guarantee you, your recruiting capability will improve in your Beachbody business in direct correlation to your efforts to try to get in front of somebody and teach a class. Your confidence gets higher, your ability to connect with people and try to get more out of them. And so I directly correlate my success, and Jen and I talk about this all the time, my success in recruiting people to the amount of effort and activity that I spend teaching my classes. So, when I become a master trainer, I'm going to do a really strong job in recruiting and selling that point to people. Not that they should go out and work in gyms, but really make an effort to get certified so that it improves their confidence and capability to build their business.
Great point. Thank you. Christina, no, it's not considered a conflict of interest at all to be certified like as a personal trainer. Some people are like they teach yoga or studios and they just fit this in with it. I am not a personal trainer, but how I started my business and how I built my business really was from Fit Club. And my Fit Club started in my garage, and I had little babies running around like in playpens. And so you don't have to do anything fancy. Of course, it's nice to get into gyms, but you can start at the level you are. But I can tell you this, I actually got a message from somebody after I had taken it from my garage into a church, and we use their gym once a week. She sent me a message just this week, and it said, "Hey, Emma, I just wanted to let you know that I remember how awesome it was that you provided that free opportunity for us to work out. It was so nice to have that as a way to have a healthy way to socialize with other moms. And so I just wanted to let you know I remember that." And she asked me about coaching. And so that was my intent. But you guys can, may not agree or disagree with me on this one, but that's okay. I truly firmly believe that when you see someone break down and sweat and breathe heavy and you get ugly when you work out, something comes out of people. Like the real honest truth about what's happening comes out of people, and you can have a genuine conversation about what they really want. And that helps you to look them in the eyes and say, I can help you get there. Let's do this thing, right? So there's this beauty of what happens with hosting a fit club or becoming certified and taking it to the next level with being able to take that once a week workout or twice a week or however you want to do it. You can choose how often you want to teach classes or host a fit club. But that is a perfect segue into, okay, you're going to come meet with me on Tuesdays. Let's get you into a program you can do at home. And I'm going to be here to answer your questions. People open up. It's different than just typing online. So, yeah, you agree? Disagree? Anyone ever been to a live workout and the sweaty hugs come out and people all of a sudden start talking about I really, really, really need to get in shape, or whatever they talk about. Yeah. Okay. For sure. Yes. And with my Fit Club, the signing rate of people that was not my intent. I just liked working out and I needed a social outlet, and that was why I started Fit Club. But I ended up recruiting almost half. I would say half to maybe 60% of those end up being my coaches on my team when I first was starting. And we had a big Fit Club. At one time there was 35 people coming regularly every week. So it ended up being good. So anywho, but you got to think about what makes sense for you and start with the tools you have and add upon that. Don't think that you have to all of a sudden now go host an event for 400 people and get the CEO of the company to show up. That's overwhelming. Start where you are, build from there. So, all right, any other questions? Some really good questions. Thanks for the interaction tonight. That's awesome. No? Okay. All right, just remember, those who show up, go up. And make sure you show up every day for this, because your consistency and your stretching yourself will pay off. Thank you all. Have a great night.